Okay, Abby, thanks for joining me yet again. So we're going to be talking about some of the key learnings that we've gained from investing in starting and running our own e-commerce brand on the side.
Yeah.
Which, of course, has so far been the cityscooter.com.
Yeah.
So, just to recap a little bit on why we did this, because I think it's probably important context. So, last year, we set this business up, the cityscooter.com, and the whole idea was to give the team an opportunity to experience going from concept through, designing and building a brand, finding suppliers, doing all of that stuff, to going live and generating sales.
Yeah.
So that was the goal. So we're going to talk about I guess almost 6 months on.
Yeah.
How it's gone, what it's been like, what the key learnings have been from the team, why I genuinely think it's made us better at our jobs, our day jobs, obviously being an agency.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
So I guess to kick it off, what do you think, what are your highlights in terms of key learnings? What, for you, what do you think the biggest things have been?
I think the highlights for me has been seeing the team learn and develop and grow with and understanding the e-commerce journey. It's been really cool to see the thought process behind not only obviously we do paid advertising, but looking beyond that into how we got the website set up and what people are doing on the website and how and it's just been really interesting to see that change in mindset. I think from the team has been really, really cool.
Definitely. And I think that has kind of come from what I love about this project is the nature of the conversations are so different to when you're just talking about performance marketing all day.
Yeah.
Which is great. But suddenly we're having conversations with everyone on the team about what the gross margin on the products are like and how we need to prioritize based on that. If we're going to run an offer, what can we go down to and still be profitable?
Yeah.
Through to, okay, I think we've got a checkout problem. What payment processes are people using more than others? And these are conversations that you don't tend to have when you're just thinking about Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads or Google ads. But they're conversations that have a massive impact on the performance of those platforms.
Yeah.
So just even having the fact that the conversations have happened have been that's been a massive thing, I think. Yeah,
definitely. And then because those conversations are happening and because we are in control of every element, we've been able to action things really quickly and make changes that we see very quickly have an impact on performance, which has been really exciting, I think.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? And it's having that freedom to just really quickly try different bits of creative or different ways of shooting creative or editing creative or whatever it might be, and just being able to roll them out and test them and then take those learnings and apply them to client accounts gives us a really fast pipeline of ideas.
Yeah. And I think as well, I'm not saying that it's not complicated, but often the things that we have been doing or changing to impact performance, they're not necessarily groundbreaking. It's there's an additional click that people have to do there to add to cart. Let's put an add to cart button much sooner so they can do it straight from that webpage. It's bam. Yeah. And then we saw a difference in that. Or in the ads, it's we need to be calling out the pricing, but have it strike through instead of percentage. Change that straight away. Yeah, bam, change. And then we immediately see the changes
it's better.
Straight away. Click-through rate's much better on that ad, or we're getting the bounce rate's not so bad. Add to cart's gone up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's been really, really cool.
Definitely. I think probably that's one of the the key things really is that agility and speed of, right, this isn't quite working as we want. Here's some theories as to why that might be the case. Here's some data that backs up those theories, and let's roll out these experiments to see if we can try and solve them.
Yeah.
On a bi-weekly basis, kind of those 2-week almost sprints, if you like. And just it's the exact opposite of sitting there and going, might need a bit more time. It's the precise opposite of that, isn't it? Going okay, maybe it does just need a bit more time, but while it takes a bit more time, let's alter the landing page or whatever it might be.
Yeah. I think it's been good as well to be looking at things from like a macro perspective. So like we're not been running this and thinking and not looking at like what our competitors are doing or what's going on in the market, because that's definitely been something that we've had as a bit of a struggle within City Scooter.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? Because well, the whole premise of this project was get it live, and touch wood, the government changed the regulations around e-scooters. Yeah. Which we thought would happen at the end of last year. Yeah, but instead of them changing the legislation, the government just changed like 3 times. Yeah, they all either got fired or quit, or so there's no one left to make the decision. Okay. So it's probably not going to happen for a while. No, I don't think it's top priority right now for them. No, there's bigger fish to fry. Yeah. Definitely. So, but yeah, it's that it's an extreme example of being aware of the market, and the competition and what's happening around you, and having your eyes open and your ears on the ground to that. Yeah. Again, massive impact on performance. Yeah. Huge, but miles away from, should I do a 2% lookalike or a 4% lookalike this week? Yeah, definitely. Probably won't make a difference if there's regulations going against your product. Yeah. So being aware of that, obviously, is massive. Yeah. I think for me, because like, obviously we all know our performance marketing inside out. Yeah. Obviously. I hope so. Yeah. But it's all the other things that like have been relatively new experiences that I think have added to it. So one of the things for me was like the live chat, and using Jenny, our live chat representative. There's so many funny stories about this. But using that as a mechanism to, first off, like just a touch point for customer service. Yeah. Like really, really good. Like immediate feedback. Get conversations going. People ask questions about, they're asking for recommendations. Yeah. Like that's a really cool thing. But as a mechanism for customer feedback and understanding what themes of questions people ask and stuff that crops up. Like right in the early days, loads of questions about finance. Yeah. Right. Let's get Klarna on the site. Yeah. That was a pretty quick one for us, wasn't it? Yeah. Questions about warranty. Oh yeah, maybe we're not making it quite clear enough. Yeah. Questions about shipping. Oh yeah, let's make that clearer. And then instant updates on the theme to answer those big themes of questions. Yeah. Massive. But yeah, it has that live. No. Go on. John's had a small insight into what it's like to be a female living in this world. Yeah, I have. Because John is, spoiler alert, John is Jenny. Yeah. Yeah, our live chat representative is Jenny, which is usually me. Yeah. And Jenny's got some admirers. Oh God. What's really funny sometimes is when we had there've been a couple of scenarios where there's a customer emailing for something on customer support, and he feels like Jenny's now his new best friend. Yeah. Because Jenny's really supportive. But Jenny. Sends an email in. I'll send an email and we'll get back to you. Sends the email in, doesn't get the answer that they want, so then goes back to Jenny to try and, hi. Oh, yeah. It's the same person. You're going round in circles, mate. Yeah. Or like some abuse that comes in. Oh, yeah. Which... Are we allowed to swear on this? People just like pick up live chat and swear at you. It's really weird. Yeah. Anyway, but it genuinely as a method for gathering feedback, awesome. Well, one of them was really interesting, right? Because it was somebody that was really just straight up aggressive, and I remember it came up. It just said bastards. Oh, that was a Facebook DM. Yeah, yeah. And we all have it connected on our phones. We were all just like, okay, we don't need that on our Saturdays kind of thing. But actually what came out of it is we had been posting organic content only on Instagram. That's right. And we hadn't been automatically putting it onto Facebook as well. So when this guy saw this ad, he thought that we were scammers and was like, you bastards, you're trying to take people's money. That's right, wasn't it? Yeah. And then that was actually a really good learning for us, because we were like, we definitely need to be putting stuff on Facebook. Yeah. But we hadn't wanted to spread ourselves too thin in terms of organic social, so we hadn't. Yeah. But actually, connecting those two was super easy. No brainer. Yeah. So it's actually quite interesting. Like even the aggressive comments have
well, apart from the one last week, have been quite useful.
Actually, there's a good point to that in terms of making a decision as a business or a team as to what you're going to respond to and what you're not going to respond to.
Yes.
I responded to that because I thought it'd be funny. Someone messaged you out the blue going, bastards.
Like, okay,
why?
mate, you okay?
So I think the reply was, thanks for your comment.
Jenny's so polite.
What is it that made you say that? We're a small business and, why?
Why are you so angry, mate?
No, there was a couple of other angry replies. And then, it turned out that he thought because we hadn't had any organic content on our Facebook page for a while, we were not legit and scamming people. And, there's nicer ways to gather feedback.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I think that's just a learning in general for new e-commerce brands in 2023 is that people are a lot more aware of scamming.
Yeah, this is true.
Stuff like that. So your website has to look really legit and you have to have all the right badges and you have to have a lot of tick boxes, probably more so than other years, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I think, and knowing, replying to stuff is not bad, and getting on comments and, all that type of stuff. But that has been quite interesting.
Been really interesting, yeah.
Yeah, definitely feel sorry for, you imagine like full-time organic social media managers who that's probably massive part of their day.
Yeah. Brutal.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
So Abby, like what have you seen? So you run the paid social team. What are the big things in terms of all of these learnings, all of these experiences that we've had?
Yeah.
How are they applying to our client work? Like what sort of shifts have you seen on that front?
I think the biggest shift, like we mentioned before, is looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So if the ads aren't working, doing a much deeper dive into the data that we have access to, like going into the analytics and looking at the website pages that we're like linking to, the landing pages, stuff like that. Like diving into that a lot more and being data led with our approach and also our suggestions to clients. Like, hey, we're seeing that on the landing page. There's this barrier. Can we change that? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, which I think we've always done, right? So we've always been data led. We always look at stuff and we always consider things. But it's having had the full like everyone on the team be involved in the project. Everyone on the team thinks like that now. Yeah,
it's been a mindset shift.
Yeah, it's like really subtle, but different. Like we were talking before this started about an example where someone on our team who's relatively new to the world of paid media, and we were talking about a particular challenge with a set of campaigns, right? And the first natural, like the genuine natural response was, I'm going to go and look at the product performance and the stock levels and see what's selling.
Yeah.
From someone who's quite new to this, right? Whereas I don't think that would have been the first natural initial response.
No, I don't think so.
And that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like really, really cool, I think. Some of the challenges are like because a big part of this is putting ourselves in, putting everyone in our client's shoes a little bit more, right? And trying to understand the pressures and stresses and different things that impact everything. What would you say are some of the, not lows, let's not be negative, some of the just the challenges around it?
I don't know if it's a challenge, but it's been interesting because some of the stuff that we have on the website, we have physically with us, like we have the stock of it, and other stuff is drop shipped, like other items is drop shipped. So there's a big difference there in terms of like what we need to be pushing, and I think that's been quite interesting. So like if we just look at the data and we go, oh, this particular scooter has loads of clicks and there's loads of interest in it, but we're sat and we've got 30 of a different kind that we need to be pushing. Yeah. It's like that kind of thing of like, right, okay, you can look at that. Yeah. And that particular scooter could be looking really hot, but actually our profit margin is a lot better on these ones that we physically have stock of, and we need to be getting those out the door because that's money sitting there right now. Which so that it's not a low, but it's been a challenge
Massively.
in terms of like how we pivot to get rid of the physical stock that we have that we've spent money on to get.
Yeah, but again, like we're having conversations as a team about liquidating stock. So turning stock into cash, because then we can do stuff. You can't do stuff with stock, but you can do stuff with cash, right? And again, like those are conversations that don't usually happen.
No. Well,
on a performance marketing
wouldn't
team.
usually have that, no.
With, like junior members of the team, right, with senior members of the team sitting there talking about liquidating stock. And
questions around like, how much can we put down the price to get rid of the stock, to get in different stock? Like, what's our profit margins? Questions like that. Like, so there's been challenges around that, which have been really interesting and sparked up pretty good conversations, I think.
And like fulfillment as a whole, like we're performance marketers, but learning just even a little bit about the fulfillment process gives so much context. And that example of like the first self-fulfilled scooter we sold. So the first scooter that we got out the door that we stocked, we sent it with a well-known UK courier company. Worldwide, sorry. And they bloody lost it. They lost the damn thing. And you've gone...
we're so excited about selling it. It's like lost.
You've gone through this process of like conceptualizing a brand, getting amazing creative done, getting it all live, getting over that hurdle, running the ads, finally converting a customer on one of these products. And the last link in the chain, which is the third party, screws the whole thing up.
That was a bit of a roller coaster because it was a very big high and then like, oh, you're joking.
Yeah, that was a pain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then the learning there in terms of like that's so important to get that last step right, because that experience is the bit that the customer actually sees. It's the only physical touch point with the customer, and we
don't really have control over who we use, but we don't have control. We are not physically dropping it to their door.
Yeah, exactly. So that led to loads of learnings around, finding different suppliers, how we automate that process a little bit in the back end, like loads and loads of stuff.
But now we have a great supplier. We don't have to drop it off anywhere. They come and collect it.
All automated through
pretty seamless.
The back end of Shopify.
Yeah.
It still absolutely blows my mind that we can get a sale, I think click 3 buttons, and then about 2 hours later a human being turns up and
it's pretty wild.
Then the product goes off to the customer.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's, again, it's really cool to see, and it's great. I think it's great for the team to have that context of planning the ads, running the ads, doing the creative, trying to convert the traffic, work out why the traffic's not converting, fix that problem, get the sale, see the product go out the door.
Yeah. And physically watch the physical stock that we have go down. It's pretty exciting when we were like, we need to shift that, and it's like
there's now a nice big gap. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's satisfying.
And I just think all of these things are subtle, and actually when you say it out loud, it's like the really straightforward things and learnings and experiences, but they give everyone on our team so much more context when they're looking at planning their client accounts, that I just think it's just such a positive thing.
I think my biggest learning out of it is when you look at a project like this, it seems super complicated and like a bit overwhelming maybe, but actually a lot of it is just taking a step back and looking at it
Simple
from
decisions.
Like a customer perspective and making consistent changes.
Big time.
That make the big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed that episode, please do come and subscribe. Join us for future episodes where we talk about the ins and outs of running paid media and driving improved conversions and revenue for your business. See you next time.